animation works in two steps. In Roblox, if you want to make an animation, you need to basically design the movements. So the first step is the movement design. And basically, this is one of the very complicated step. It needs a lot of time, it needs a lot of work, and you need to think of every movements ahead. So this is basically the designing step. A designing step means you need to tell your character, or if you're making animation for a character, how the animation is going to be made, how what parts are going to be moved, and everything comes over here. If you're making animation for a gun or a weapon or a car, you need to tell about what the movement is going to happen for that one specific part. Now the second step comes here is after you add these animation design to your character. Now your character knows how to move or what to do when the animation starts. But it's still not going to run because it comes into programming hands. You're going to be writing a script to the same character, which is going to be a simple script inside your player script service if it is for a player, and other playing script side if you're doing it for someone else. And you're going to write your Lua script here in order to start that animation in the game. Today, we are just going to learn about how this animation or how do we attach animation to a character. So step number one is you're going to go to plugins, and you don't need to install any special plugin for it. It's going to be the same one pre-installed called build rig. And if you click on build rig, there are different types of things which you can spawn up. We are spawning R15, much better models for animation. You get more parts to play with. And we're going to select mesh rig. So step one, you go to rig builder or build rig, and then from R15 you select mesh rig. Once you do that, you get a dummy model in front of you like that. Cool. You can
Yes.
leave it.
Yeah.
This is just easier for you to create animations on. You have this character to connect your animations on this thing. Step two is you click on animation editor. So once you click on animation editor, the whole animation tab pops up on the front of your screen. This looks complicated. It might not look really cool, but it is easy. Don't get yourself confused. Don't get yourself like, oh my God, this is gonna look harder now. It's really easy. You just need to understand two steps, and I'll tell you what these two steps are. All right, Peter, uh, Simon, and Eric, do you all understand until here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if you want to get started with any animation character, let's say I want to select this animation I want to start animation onto this character. I'm going to click on this character like this, like a simple left mouse button click, and it's going to say create animation to start. So let's give it any name. I'm going to say R animation today, and then click on create. So far so good. So your step one was to get the dummy model using the build rig, and then add the animation editor to the screen just by clicking on the animation editor, and then get started. Do you see the area here, the white surface below? It shows this is the area for you to animate your character on. Now, this looks so confusing now here. All those numbers and lines, it's really easy, just two steps. You need to focus on these two steps. I'll write it down. The first step is you need to pay attention to the duration. So this is the first step of an animation is the duration. And the second step is the movement. So I'm just going to write here movement. Let me increase that thing. So you need to always work on these two things. That's it. Nothing more. Duration, or you can just say the time and the movement. Two things. Time and move. What's about that? Step one, select the time. Let's say starting from 0 and 0, I'll go to 0.06, click over here, and then select the part I want to animate on. Let's say I want to animate the torso. That's the center, the body part. I'm going to click over here, and then let's say I'll use the rotating tool and rotate this part to the 90 degrees right. Cool? Your animation got 2 points, starting and the ending. Now if I play here, you see how that works? Cool. Now 6 times 2 is 12. So I'm going to click on 12 and then bring that movement back. So do you see I'm going to connect the time and then the movement. So let's say first it goes to the right and then it comes forward. Now, if I want to make any more changes, I'll first need to click on the time. So again, 6 times 3 is going to go to 18. So I'm going to click on 18. For a proper movement, you can still pick any time you want. And then I will change the movement. I'm going to click over here. So yeah, it works pretty good. Now, main thing is two things, time and move. So time, I'll click on time here. Let's say I click on a time, and then I'm going to click on the movement. So the movement is I will come back again in the center. So time and move, two things. That's it. And you're going to click on play. Cool. You can make it slower, faster by changing the time frame here. Now, usually you end up with time too quick. So you can add additional time by changing the time frame here. Let's say I'll say 5. And there we go. We make a big time zone for us. Now we can do a lot of movements. Let's say I want the last animation happening to be very slow. So I'm going to pick up something like this and then give it again, a turn to the right side. So let's watch how this is going to work. Do you see the last one was pretty slow, right? Cool. Show me a thumbs up sign if you understand everything until here. Good. Now what about if you want to have animation with multiple parts? Now this is little tricky as you're going to be working with multiple parts. And when you're working with multiple parts animation, you need to decide whether do you want all that animation to work at the same time or do you want to work after each other. Like in case, after this animation gets done, let's say I will just bring it back into forward. So I'll just pick another time here. Let's say this time and bring cursor back in the front. So this is the right animation we have for now. Okay, now I want to move the head. Or let's say I just want to move the hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the time first. Let's say I want to do the hand movement after the body movement. So I don't want them all to work together. Like I don't want to happen everything at the same time. So I want the hand movement after the body movement works. So let's say I'm going to click on 2 and make the hand move over here, somewhere over here. And once I do that, you will find we have now 3 dots. The third dot is basically for the left hand, and we don't want that thing to work. So I'm going to track this one, the third dot, because its animation should start right after the body movement. So we'll keep it somewhere over here. That's it. Now let's try and see how it works. Cool? Do you see that hand spinning in the end? Now I want to spin that hand back, so I'll just click over here and say to this hand, all right, come backward. That is over here, back to the real place. Also, after coming back, I want the third animation to happen. So I'll click over here to make it look like hand is going up in the air. So let's just zoom in a little bit near. Okay, I want this to turn like that and make it more cartoonic, like more animated, and say the hand is going to move forward now. So I'll click that time frame, click the part, go down, and then click on the next time frame, go up. Cool.
Yeah.
And in the end, now if you understand how this is all working, take a look. Cool. Now let's make
Yeah.
it something funny. So the last one, I need to do it with the head. So I'll first select the time. I need to increase the time, I guess. Let's say the next time is, let's increase the time. I'll just add 8. Now next is the head. So I'm going to click on the head. Time is selected. I want the head to take a jump like this, go up in the air. As soon as you do that, again, if you need to take a, you need to take a look over here. This thing, bring it back to the time because I want them to happen in series, not all together. I'm bringing my time back over here, and I'll just drop it down there. Cool. So let's play. Well, the time was going really fast. I just need to bring this thing forward too. And let's play. So you just need to play with these dots that you're seeing out here. Cool.
Yeah.
Now we need to bring that head back. It looks really scary. So click on that, get it back. 3, 2, 1, and go. Awesome. Do you understand how things are working now? Great. Yeah, that's pretty much with the animation. So you need to pay attention to two things, time and the move, time and move. Now, Feder asked me that how can we delete an animation? Just select the dot you want to delete or the movement you want to delete and right click on it and delete selected. Copy selected. Duplicate selected. Easing style, it's up to you. There are many easing style. I'll show you one. Let's say this one. Let's change the easing style. You know, we did it one lesson for it. So let's say easing style, I'm going to do it elastic, or let's say bounce. And let's try now. You see? It keeps on changing. So you have ability to do a lot of things. So first, so get everyone? Cool? Awesome.